Alright, much brew time. Playing some white-black Exile in Standard. And yeah, we'll keep this. Oh, these ugly lands. Well, let's play the full art. Go. Oh boy. Spirebluff Canal. I'll play the Swamp. I guess we just Walking Ballista. So yeah, this could be blue-red control. Could also be Teamer Marvel. Cycle Sensor. There's an Ether Hub. It could still be either, I think. Drawing lots of removal, which not sure is going to be good in this matchup. Hit our opponent for 1, pass the turn. If it's Teamer Marvel, the removal's okay. Another Sensor. Seeming more likely to be, yeah, it's almost definitely blue-red control. Well, draw the Swamp, get in with the Ballista, and pass the turn. There's a mountain for our opponent. Well, we might as well try to put a counter on this. I'm expecting it to die sometime soon here. Yeah, not yet. Play the Swamp. Get in with Walking Ballista. Well, I guess we just keep doing this for now, instead of turning on our opponent's counters. Illumination draws our opponent a couple of cards. They're getting to the Torrential Gear Hulk point of the game. Well, let's keep trying to do this. Alright, there's the Magma Spray. So, ping our opponent. Play the Plains. I guess we just Sky Sovereign? I don't think it's going to get any better or less countered. Pass the turn. Oh, this feels like a rough one. Opponent cycles a Sensor. I mean, we get some good stuff after sideboarding. Well, let's Lost Legacy ourselves. Well, we're gonna lose, but we got our opponent to counter a Lost Legacy that was targeting us. So that's sort of a flavor win. Let's see if they do it again. Oh, come on! Let us get our Eternal Scourges! Good lord, opponent. Well, they're not drawing lands, so they're drawing all counters. Well, Shambling Vent, go. Opponent Glimmers. I don't even know how much good stuff we have in the sideboard, honestly. Opponent passes. I know we have a bit of discard, but I don't know if it's really enough to make this matchup good. Because I don't think we can take out all of our bad removal. I don't think we have enough good control cards. More lands. Not going to attack with Shambling Vent. It's super likely to die. Cycles. Interesting. Wonder why our opponent would not just draw there. Dynavolt Tower. We're probably just going to die to Dynavolt Tower. Blighted Fen's a good answer to a Torrential Gear Hulk. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is just a super bad matchup pre-board, because all of our removal is so bad. Well, alright, Glorybringer. That gives us a removal target, which is nice. So, Grasp of Darkness. Ooh. So I think what we do here is... Oh, this feels so bad, but Descend Upon the Sinful. Gets us a 4/4. Pass the turn. And now we're hoping to get a window to kill this Dynavolt Tower. Like, right now. So, Anguish Unmaking the Tower. Opponent hits us. We are going to lose our Angel. We just don't have really the card draw to keep up with this deck. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yep. That's a Jace. More lands. Well, I mean, this isn't going to work, but we got to try. We just have nothing going on. Attack the Jace. Opponent takes it. They don't want to tap down and then have us resolve something. So our opponent's down to 27 cards in their deck. We're at 40, so they've drawn approximately 13 more cards than we have. At some point, this Shambling Vent's going to die. Play Evolving Wilds. Get in at the Jace. Torrential Gear Hulk. For Glimmer. Well, let's Blighted Fen. Oh, God. Alright. Yeah. I think that's game. I mean, we technically live for a couple more turns, but there's no winning from here. Whew. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to scoop. Our chances of winning from here are so close to 0. Opponent's drawing 2, 3, 4 cards a turn. We're drawing One, have nothing that we can really draw into. Eternal Scourges don't really do anything. Yeah, there was no winning that one. So, hardcore, super heavy control. Do not want Fatal Pushes. Do not want grasps of Darkness. Don't especially want Descend Upon the Sinful. Forsake the Worldly is fine. Gets rid of a tower. Transgress, Whispers, Lay Bare the Heart, To the Slaughter. Scumble, Ruinous Path, Sorin. And I guess we leave in a Descend Upon the Sinful, because it can make a 4/4. Yeah, I mean, we're not really overloaded with good stuff in our sideboard, unfortunately. We have some okay stuff. We have some more card advantage to help make up for the fact that we're playing massive 27 lands. And, yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll give it a shot, but I feel like this has got to be one of our worst matchups out of the tier decks in Standard. We will play first. All right. Well, we're 27 lands, so we're almost 50-50 to draw. I think we're more than 50-50, actually, to draw our third land on time. And we have 2 planeswalkers that are good if we can get them down. And we might be able to pull off the Lost Legacy synergy. Another Courtyard. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a mountain. Well, we're going to attempt to Lost Legacy ourselves. Opponent has Negate. Yep. Well, we got a Negate out of their hand on a Lost Legacy. Plays an island. Well, Swamp and Eternal Scourge. This is a good threat if it resolves. Going to be very difficult for our opponent to kill until they get to Torrential Gear Hulk. Because if they ever target it, it just exiles. Although they can counter it on the way back down. Opponent passes. Emulating Glare is not ideal there. We would have liked to hit our next land drop. Scourge, back down, pass the turn. Getting down a Planeswalker is probably our best bet of actually winning this game. Opponent leaves both on top. That's not a good sign. Plays a tap land. Well, get in with Eternal Scourge. We are going to try again to Lost Legacy ourselves. Opponent again has Negate. Well, I guess we can just keep drawing Eternal Scourges. Our opponent is to the Torrential part of this game, which is not good. And somehow we're not hitting our land drops to let us cast our Planeswalkers. Here comes Gear Hulk. Yup. Opponent gets to draw more cards. Yup. Not good, not good, not good. Opponent has their land drop. 5 cards in hand. No attacks. Well, I guess we pass the turn, see if we can find a window to try to succumb into lands. Opponent's going to draw some cards. Oh, dear. Another land for our opponent. No attacks. Well, let's succumb. Somehow 27 lands is not paying off for us this game. We draw a land. Well, let's try to Ruinous Path. Opponent's only got 5 cards in hand, but they are probably 5 counters. Opponent has Void Shatter. We pass the turn. Follow-up is Harness Lightning to exile a Scourge. The Scourges are good, we're just not getting anywhere. No attacks still. Dynavolt Tower, 4 energy right now for our opponent. Well, let's cast the Scourge. Opponent has Essence Scatter. Yep. Well, they're down to 1 card in hand, which means we might be able to resolve Planeswalkers. No attacks. Play a Scourge. Oh, boy. Another Torrential. Gonna refill the hand. Lordy, lordy. This matchup is so bad. So bad. Another land for our opponent. Thing in the Ice. Opponent attacks. Well, let's try to Emulating Glare, see what our opponent does. More counters. It's Negate 4. Every single Negate's gone. I mean, I guess that's a slight bit of good news, that there's no Negates left in our opponent's deck. The bad news is, we're just dead. Let's try to Ruinous Path? Really? Last card is another counter. And we can't really block because of Dynavolt Tower. God, that's a lot of counters. That is a lot of counters. Opponent drains their energy, exile our Scourges, goes to combat. Well, we Emulating Glare. Kill a Torrential. Doesn't especially matter. Well, we draw a Swamp. This means we get to cash in our entire Sorin to kill a Torrential. Oh boy. We really needed that Sorin to stay alive. But we didn't really have a choice there. We did what we had to do. Opponent plays a land. Well, I mean, we're alive. That's something. Liliana. Take it up, make a zombie. Pass the turn. This thing in the ice is going to be a problem, though. Opponent's going to draw a card draw at some point. And then they can just flip it and go to town. Maybe we can ultimate our Liliana. Make a zombie. Play Shambling Vent. Let's just pass. I think our hope here is to ultimate Liliana and kill thing in the ice. Opponent drawing card draw here is potentially game over. Opponent passes. Oh, well that works. Bladed Fan. So let's get rid of the thing in the ice. Opponent has Disallow. Oh, what a draw. Get in with our zombies. Opponent Dynavolts our Liliana. Oh, I see. I see. Jeez. Well, those were some solid draws. We do get to go back to making zombies. We also get to play Eternal Scourge. So it's not just over, but we do need our opponent to miss for a bit. Opponent goes attacking. Well, we block with our zombie. Opponent passes. Make a zombie. Mill some stuff we would have liked to draw. Fire up Shambling Vent. Go attacking. Play another Scourge. Planes, and go. Maybe we're in this? I mean, our opponent's down to 9. We have... And our opponent scoops it up! I can't believe we overcame. Oh, man, I still feel like this matchup is super, super bad. But apparently we can steal games at least. Do we want to change anything? We did see things in the ice, which are kind of obnoxious. I guess Cast Out gets them, though. Anguish Unmaking. I think we just stay the same. Alright, this hand's, I mean, it's fine. We got double Lost Legacy, which maybe can draw our Eternal Scourges. If we ever pull off that play, it's a pretty big swing. So, Evolving Wilds, pass the turn. Another Spire Bluff for our opponent, and there's a thing in the ice right off the bat. That's pretty scary. Crack this, grab a Swamp. Play a Swamp, play Walking Ballista, X1. Pass the turn. Oh, it's going to flip so quick if we don't find a way to deal with it. Opponent passes. Oh, there's a Cast Out. Well, let's play Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Pass the turn. Ether Hub for our opponent. Well, let's try to draw a couple cards. Our opponent's been massively aggressive with their counters. Another Ballista. Well, let's play Shambling Vent. Pass the turn. There's a Glimmer. Gets a counter off the thing in the ice. So goal 1 is find a window to cast out this thing in the ice before it flips, preferably. Well, Scumble, part 2. Resolves. I think we gotta play a... So, geez. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's just play Shambling Vent, pass the turn. Discard... Come on. Glimmer? Alright. Whew! Well, goal 1 achieved. Cast out, get rid of the thing in the ice. That definitely does. That also keeps us from discarding hand size. That doesn't win us the game by any stretch, but it is a pretty big swing in our favor. Except our opponent follows up with more things in the ice. Well, let's Lost Legacy ourselves. Opponent's shown they're willing to counter this like crazy. There's a negate. Play a Swamp. And Lost Legacy ourselves? Oh my god. Okay, Harness Lightning on Ballista. So ping our opponent. This might mean that they're going to be able to flip thing in the ice next turn. So, Eternal Scourge. Get them all. We also get to draw a card. Forsake isn't super helpful here. Pass the turn. Tap land for our opponent. Ether Hub. Well, play a Scourge. Opponent has Essence Scatter. Play a Scourge. Problem is this is going to flip. Resolves. Play Evolving Wilds, pass the turn. We just don't have an answer for this thing in the ice. Here's the card draw to flip it. So we're dropping to 9 immediately, and then we have to... Oh, this is a horror. Ha ha! Okay. Unintentional synergy there. Probably still have to chump, though. That's just so much damage. How do we get out of this? Crack Evolving Wilds. Get a Plains. Well, Cast Out is potentially a way. Play a Scourge. Play Ether Hub. Pass the turn. See if our opponent taps out for something. Illumination. Draw some cards. Magma Spray to exile our Eternal Scourge. Well, stop on our opponent's upkeep. We gotta go for it. Has the disallow. We have very minimal answers left for this. Opponent gets in. Down to 9. Well, let's play Eternal Scourge. Play Blighted Fen. Pass the turn. Problem is our opponent can just torrential disallow. Well, I mean, we... Oh my god. Oh my god, Moto. Oh, Moto. Oh, Moto. That was not what we were doing, Moto. Yeah, that's brutal. Well, Lay Bare the Heart's a decent draw. So target our opponent. Negates. Blighted Fen. And they have it. Another disallow. Play a Swamp. Play Walking Ballista. Disallow is super brutal. And more card draw. Never ending! Draw some lands and do nothing once in a while. Yeah, this matchup is just not good. We gotta get super lucky to win it. There's a Dynavolt Tower. Pretty bad for us. And a Magma Spray, which is actually just lethal. Alright. Well, this deck is not going to beat blue-red control very often. We just do not have the tools. We're so overloaded on removal for creature decks that we just don't have a legitimate plan, even after sideboarding, to really deal with blue-red control. So, bad matchup. We're not... Something we learned, I guess, from our games is that is not a matchup we're interested in running into. Whew! Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, take a second and click that like button down below. It's a great way to help support the channel for free. And you can find the next video in the playlist right here.